So if you're in the process of buying land or you're wanting to buy land to build a home on or just to hold the land, one of the biggest things you have to figure out is what is the value of the land, and I got to make an offer on this thing. So what is the price that I'm going to offer on this property? And that's one. It can be one of the hardest things to figure out, but I'm going to go over a few things that make it very simple of how we go about it in the process of doing that when we're helping a client to evaluate the land that they're wanting to build a home on, or if they're just wanting to buy that land to hold it, and or it's like how we would actually go out and look at property and go, well, we're going to buy that property right there and we're going to build on it so we can sell it as a spec home. So what we will do, and the first part of the process is we're actually not going to look at land comps. We're going to look at house comps. So let's look at some sales of comparable properties around the area and see what that home sold for. So let's say the home sold for $1 million. Well, then we're going to go back and we're going to look and see what does it actually cost to reproduce and build the home that's on that property. So let's say those costs to actually build that home were, say, $700,000 to build that $1 million home, or the home is sold for $1 million, costs $700,000. Then what we're going to do is we're going to look at this lot and we're going to go, okay, what is it going to take to improve this lot to get it to a point where we can build this home on it? Do the landscaping, we're going to get the roads in, what's it cost to get a well drilled, hook up to city water, city sewer, what's it going to cost for erosion control, what's it going to cost putting bioretention basins if they're needed. There's just a ton of things. Grading is another one that's very important, but what's it going to cost to get this lot buildable? Okay, let's say that's $100,000. Okay, we got $1 million sales price on our property, $700,000 build cost, and then $100,000 of site cost. So we have a total now of $800,000 between the 700 and the 100 to actually improve that property and get a comparable home on that lot. That leaves us with $200,000 that we can pay for the land and still end up at market value with our home when we're all said and done with the build. So first step is actually in getting the value of that land is to go back, look at comparable homes in the area that have sold, then figure out the actual building cost, then evaluate the site costs, and then subtract those, and that will leave you what you can pay for that land, what's a fair market value for that land that you could buy it at and still be at market value with your home when you're all said and done. So we help you get through that land due diligence process as far as figuring out those site costs and evaluating it. So going to local building departments, talking to the local water district, sewer district, all the contractors that are involved as far as getting pricing and all that on the front end before you buy that land. So if you want more information on how to go through that process and evaluate land, you can go to our website. We have a ton of resources on it, a huge FAQ section that you can look at. There's a ton of different downloads on our site for cost to build a home, cost to build an ADU. You can get remodeling costs if you want them as well. So there's a ton of information there. And you can go there at tfgonline.com. So thanks for your time today, and it was great talking to you.